And Jess, it's nice to hear that hurricane season came to an end, but for us, it was a pretty active weather night. You could see downtown Portland there with, electrical lines and transformers and everything kind of lighting up the sky.
Yeah, these, I don't know, I called them power flashes. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but something obviously happening with the power lines up there tonight. And thanks to my friend Dan, we actually went to college together, for sending us this video from across Casco Bay there. But some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, we've seen fires, unfortunately, in the West End from some of those electrical lines. And now there are a lot of power outages too, Clay. We're pretty close to 80,000 total now, and we still have a ways to go with this storm. Still plenty of rain out there, heavy pockets of rain too. And when we get this very heavy rain, it allows those winds that are higher at higher levels of the atmosphere to mix down to the surface, and that's when we get some of those big gusts. So that's one reason for the big gusts out there tonight. We also have a flash flood warning still in effect for western Maine and parts of eastern New Hampshire. That includes Freiburg, it includes Conway, New Hampshire, and it includes Bethel, Maine as well. Keeping a close eye on this line here, you can actually see a couple little lightning strikes embedded in there. If this moves a little bit farther to the north, I expect we'll get some pretty gusty winds with this little line as well. Once that moves through over the next several hours, things will start to die down. It looks like by very early tomorrow morning. We'll go through that wind timeline in just a second. The National Weather Service has these high wind warnings in effect for almost the entire Maine coast, and wind advisories in effect for inland portions of the state. The point is that it's going to continue to be windy as we go into the day tomorrow. These are the actual wind speeds. So these are sustained wind speeds, 32 right now in Bar Harbor, and sustained winds of 25 in Bangor. But these are the gusts, right? And this is, of course, where we get those power outages from. Gusting to 53 in Bar Harbor. Last hour, we were gusting to 53 in Augusta. And we also have a peak wind gust from earlier this evening up to 53 in Portland. So we were talking about 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts, and that's where we've been ending up in many communities tonight. Again, this continues though for the next several hours. This is 1 a.m. tomorrow. We could still see gusts of 50 miles an hour up to 60 miles an hour along the coast for the next several hours. By 4 a.m. things should start to quiet down a little bit more in far southern Maine, but you can see the mid coast, the down east coast. Look at Calais, still gusting 50 to 60 miles an hour there. And then as we go into about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, things again quieting down a little bit more, except for the down east coast, still seeing those wind gusts up to around 50. By tomorrow afternoon, things will definitely settle down. It'll still be breezy though through the day tomorrow, but not these 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts that we're seeing tonight into very early tomorrow morning. Of course, we'll continue to see power outages too, unfortunately, with these gusty winds. Again, things settle down as we go into about the middle of tomorrow morning. The rain still continues too. Any heavy pockets of rainfall could increase those wind speeds too, and we'll watch that line of showers and thunderstorms off to our south. Now by noon tomorrow, it'll still be raining, and it could be pretty heavy in Bangor and points to the east as well. So again, still raining for much of the down east coast, and that's where the highest pockets of rainfall could be. We could see over 4 inches of rain into Bar Harbor. Seas tomorrow 12 to 16 feet, winds from the south 20 to 25, gusting up to 45 knots. Sorry about that, I left that in there from earlier. After that though, once we go into tomorrow afternoon and evening, things settle down quite a bit. The rest of the week looks pretty quiet with high temperatures in the low to mid 40s. We'll get more sunshine by Thursday, and the weekend's not looking too bad. The only one kind of positive with this is if people are losing power, which of course they are tonight, the temperatures are still in the mid to upper 50s, Clay. So at least it's not wintertime yet.